Welcome back to His and Hers Movie Podcast. This is episode number 42, featuring a review of the brand new Freaky Friday-esque slasher titled Freaky, starring Vince Vaughn. It's a new Blumhouse production. It is currently November 16th at the time of recording this podcast, and I am currently recording from inside of Carly's couch.
Inside my couch?
Yeah.
No, buddy, we're recording on the couch, not inside the couch.
Armrest. I'm inside the armrests.
You're stupid.
Yeah, so the featured review tonight is Freaky, which is a sort of pseudo comedy slasher, sort of Freaky Friday deal.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little bit later, but let me just say, I did watch the trailer when it came out, and I thought it looked absolutely cringe, so I was not looking forward to it. We'll see if those thoughts still remain the same when we get into the review. But, Carly.
What?
What's going on?
Not too much. I watched 2 movies today and worked, and it is a Monday, and this weekend you and I went to see The Move. We went with my friend Kaylee as well, and we went and saw it in Dolby, so that was cool. Friday I saw some friends that I hadn't seen in a while. We went to the Olive Garden and then back to my one friend's place and kind of caught up, so that was fine and dandy. And then what happened yesterday? Oh, yesterday I went out to dinner again with my friend Kaylee for #Dinner Sundays. Dinner Sunday Club is now what we call it. So, and I went to Texas Roadhouse. Have you ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
No, I've never been to Texas Roadhouse, Outback Steakhouse, or Longhorn Steakhouse. I've never been to a steakhouse.
Yeah, I thought I'd been to Texas Roadhouse, but it turns out I have not. I was thinking of a Longhorn Steakhouse I went to once with my mother, and I don't think she cared for the place that much, and I don't think she likes steakhouses, so most of my life I did not go to steakhouses, but Texas Roadhouse is bomb.
What did you get?
I got a sirloin steak and 6 ounces, I believe, and a baked potato, some cheese fries, and shrimp that came on garlic bread. So all the food.
Oh, dude, that sounds so good. What did Cody get?
Kaylee, buddy. This was that dinner night.
Oh, what did Kaylee get?
Different dinners. I go out to eat a lot because I like to eat. What did she get? Oh, she got beef tips with mashed potatoes.
Weak.
They look pretty good.
I feel like if you go to a steakhouse, you should just get steak.
I know, but beef tips are just like the tips.
Did you get it medium rare, or were you scared?
No, I got it medium rare. I always do.
Okay.
And she got hers medium. Kaylee said that like one time she was at a restaurant, like a steak place for the first time, and they asked her what temperature she wanted her steak at, and she was like 365 degrees, and they were like, no, we meant like what rarity do you want it at? And that sounded like something I would do. But, I got medium rare.
She got it well done?
No, she got it medium well, because she was like, I was like, oh, you got it medium well, and she said, yeah, well, I just recently started doing that, because I feel like everyone judges me when I get it well done, and I was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, because they're horrible. What are you, Carly's mom?
Yes, exactly. She burns our steaks to a crisp. But, it was pretty good. I would go back there. My stomach hurts a little bit today. I think I'm allergic to stack, but I don't care.
No, some red meat just kind of jacks up your stomach a little bit. That's why you're not supposed to eat it all the time.
I see. Yes, I always feel very bad the next day, but I don't care. Other than that, we're back. It's Monday now, so had a pretty fun weekend, but back to the grind. I'm off tomorrow, though, but
right, which is why we're recording at midnight almost. Wow, dude, I made it here fast today.
Yeah, you did.
That's
actually
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Shoot, man. I mean, I had like a weird. Oh, dude, it was horrible. I had I worked Thursday night until 11 p.m. and then I worked 7 to 3 the next day. So my sleep schedule is really jacked up right now. I normally don't go to bed till like 5, 6, 7 a.m. So I just stayed up the whole night, and then so I worked an 8-hour shift, stayed up for 8 hours, and then worked another 8-hour shift.
Right.
And then I had our podcast record 3 hours after that shift.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't be
horrible.
able to do a podcast. That's one I can't be like talkative whenever I'm tired. Like
I got
can't do
3 hours of sleep and was actually pretty refreshed. I was absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
But I will say, I caught up on a lot of sleep this weekend. I didn't have a ton of stuff to do, and I was off Saturday and Sunday, which I'm normally only off one of those days if I get one. And it was like super chill. I like really enjoyed the sleep bit in. But unfortunately, I didn't really watch any movies. Like, I really skipped out on watching movies.
Yeah.
I just needed a break, honestly.
Did you watch a Friday the 13th move on Friday the 13th?
Yes, I did.
Cool. Totally
Forgot about it, though. Glad you said that, 'cause
yeah.
I didn't log it today.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I did as well. I came home that night and popped one in because, you know, I count down my Friday the 13th, and they're like 8 to 9 months apart each time, so it's kind of like you gotta watch a move.
I watched almost every Friday the 13th this year.
I did too,
Or
actually.
within the calendar year, that is.
I did too, because I watched part 1, we saw that at the drive-in, part
Watched
7.
that twice.
Yeah, part 7 we saw at the drive-in, and then the last Friday the 13th I watched like 3 of them. I think I watched 2, 4, and 8. And then part 5 I watched back for the 85 show, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just watched part 6. So, yeah, I've watched like all of them, the ones that I enjoy.
Yeah.
At least. All 8, the first 8. So.
Anyway, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Chicken stew.
No. Anything else that you did exciting besides work a horrible shift?
No, I mean, we recorded the Luigi Kazi episode for 22 shots of Italian Horror Month, the second one there. It turned out pretty good. Unfortunately, our guest host had to bounce, which sucks.
Yeah.
But, so they only lasted a little bit on the episode. Unfortunate. The new Call of Duty came out, and I've been like super addicted to the zombies mode, which I always love from Treyarch. And I've been playing that. Why did you look at me like that?
Nothing, just, of course, Treyarch. Yes, I'm a big fan of their work.
Treyarch.
Yes, I'm a big fan. Oh, I have not played a single Call of Duty game ever myself, so.
Well, the Call of Duty Zombies is different than Call of Duty.
Oh.
It only is in some of the Call of Duties. For a while there, it was only in the Treyarch ones, so every other year you would get zombies. But it's basically a survival mode where you are on a map and you basically survive wave after wave of zombie hordes. And you get like guns and you get upgrades and you get like cool like upgraded things. It's always been like one of my favorite things to do. I was like so into it at one time. I would literally have games that would last 12 hours. One game.
Buddy.
Yeah, back when in like 2010.
Buddy, when did you eat and pee and drink?
Well, what we did was we would get a crawler, which is a zombie that crawls on the ground. He like blew his legs off. And the round does not end until all the zombies are dead. So you save one, you make him a crawler, and then one person that you're playing with walks around the map and gets the crawler to follow him, and then you go into a corner, and that's when you can pee or go get something to eat or whatever.
Your men are weird.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time. I mean, I was like so into it. But yeah, the new one is really fun. Been playing on Xbox One, so that's kind of what I want to do tonight, but I do need to watch some movies soon.
Yes. Responsibility.
What's that?
That is what you need to have and watch the move.
That is a song, buddy. That is a song.
What?
Responsibility. What's that?
Oh,
Responsibility. Not quite yet.
I see.
You never heard that song?
No, I think I know it now. I just did not realize.
Watson probably knows that song.
Probably. Watson, weigh in. So yeah, I think that is it. Shall we get into what we have watched?
Yeah. So it is my blind spot.
Yes.
So I go second.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I shall get into this. First up, as per my Survive 05, I watched The Skeleton Key, a movie that I just picked up at Goodwill the other day, and one that I had not seen since I was a kid, probably around when it came out in 2005. I saw it a few times back then, and I remember thinking, like, it was a decent film, but I never thought, like, oh, it was amazing or anything like that. This time around, I really dug this movie. It's very cool. The setting is just, that sort of, Louisiana, New Orleans-y, swampy setting, and that alone creeps me out. You know, you have, like, weirdo characters, and it's starring Kate Hudson, which is kind of weird because she's, like, really serious in the movie, and I've pretty much only seen her in, like, comedies, such as How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Buddy, you've seen Overboard. It's actually her daughter. Goldie Hawn's daughter. But yeah, she's in the movie, and it's a pretty solid film, I must say. I like it pretty much all throughout. Like I said, I just like the atmosphere, and the plot is cool. You know, girl, she's a hospice nurse, and she's working in a hospital, and she wants to change up her job because the hospital is like all about money, so she finds a job of being a hospice nurse at a dude's house who had a stroke, and his wife still lives there, and she starts to, like, uncover all this weird stuff in the house. So yeah, good film, recommended if you have not seen it, and I think it can make a top 10 of 2005 possibly, so watch it.
Alright.
Skeleton Key. And then I watched Shivers, David Cronenberg's Shivers. Got that on Vestron by Mr. James Cowkes, so thank you to him. And I decided to pop it in the other day. I watched that for the first time with you, JPig, and buddy, ooey. You and Austin and Andrew, we all watched that a few years ago, back when we first started hanging out, and I thought it was cool, so wanted to rewatch it, and I like it. It's, you know, kind of apartment type horror, type like slug creature horror. There's some gross moments, some bloody moments. I really like the setting, how it's like one of those very white, you know what I mean? It's like very bright in that move, Shivers. And I think it's a pretty cool film. You know, it's weird, but I like it. Then after that, as per my Italian horror month, I watched Night of the Devils from 1972. Have you ever seen this movie?
I feel like I might have, but I'm not sure.
I didn't know about this movie in 72, and quite frankly, I was kind of done watching Italian movies, so I probably just completely didn't care. But I think Brandon might have sent me this. It's either him or Derek. I can't remember which one. I know it's been, like, on my PAL for a while now, so either one of them, thank you. But Night of the Devils, this was a pretty cool movie. You know, it's about this, you see at the beginning, this guy's, like, running through the woods, and there seems to be something, like, mentally off about him, so he gets picked up and taken to a psychiatric hospital where he's pretty much laying in bed, and then the whole rest of the movie's a big flashback of the events that took place with him before he got there, where he kind of wound up in the middle of nowhere, and these people around him are, like, not what they seem, and it gets kind of creepy. There's some creepy moments in it, and I just thought it was an interesting storyline. It is it's a subtitled movie. It's in Italian language, so I like that because I prefer that over dub. But I thought it was pretty cool. I gave that like an 8.5, I think, out of 10, so I really enjoyed it. Then after that, and it wasn't a giallo. But then after that, on Friday the 13th, I watched Friday the 13th Part 6 from 1986. Randomized. I put all the movies in my randomizer every Friday the 13th, and I try to be true to that, but sometimes it'd be landing on Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell, and I just cough and, like, accidentally hit the randomizer again, and then it lands on, like, part 1, and I'm like, oh yay, it landed on part 1 again. But anyway, it did land on part 6 this time, and I was like, alright, I like part 6, so pop that in, and I still like part 6. I think it's a lot of fun, and, you know, it's got comedy and whatnot in it, but I like the story. It's definitely one of the funner Friday the 13th, where it's, like, more kind of, like, go, and, I think Jason looks decent in this movie. People complain about his look with the tool belt and whatnot, but I don't really mind it. I think he's kind of scary in some scenes, so I've always enjoyed part 6. Yeah, good move. Then after that, simply because I was lazy, I went ahead and put on part 5, because I have the Blu-ray pack, and part 5, of course, was on the same discs as part 6. I already watched part 5 this year, obviously, for the 85 show I did on 22 shots, but I like part 5 a lot. That's become pretty much my favorite one. It kind of goes back and forth with the first one, oddly enough, but big fan of it. Big fan of part 5. I think that is the funnest one, honestly. I love all the kills. I love all the characters. I think it has the most memorable of characters, so great movie, yes. So I watched those, you know, out of order, but I honestly only planned on watching part 6, and then I was still awake, so I threw on part 5 after that. And then after that, and lastly today, I watched Werewolf of London from 1935. This is one of the Universal Monster movies that is in that box set that JP bought me 10 years ago, and I still have not gone through all the moves. So I decided to watch it because it was, like, the next one up as far as the years go. Buddy!
What?
Wake up!
Oh.
As far as the years go, 1935, this one was next, so obviously, by the title, it's a werewolf movie that predates the Wolfman, and, you know, pretty much the same type of plot. This guy, well, in this one, it's like the dude gets attacked by a werewolf, and then he, you know, starts turning into a werewolf at night. The effects on him obviously aren't as advanced as with the Wolfman, which came out, I believe, 6 years after this, so it's more so just he, you know, grows hair, and he, like, gets these teeth, and I think his eyes look a little bit different, and, you know, gets hair on his hands and whatnot, but it's not, like, full-blown hairy wolf creature like the Wolfman is. But I kind of like it. I thought it was rather creepy, and I don't know, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. Kind of a basic story, obviously, the very basic. I think this is actually the first werewolf movie to ever come out, if I am not mistaken. I read it online, so that's pretty cool. I thought it was, you could see how it inspired many movies to come, so I dug that quite a bit. I gave that like an 8 out of 10. These are your old moves, buddy.
I know what they are.
Alright, buddy. So, that is everything I have watched.
Yes, okay. So the first thing I watched was Demon Cop from the year 1990. I got this for a Patreon review. It basically, not for here, for 22 shots. It looks like the quality of that of a shot on video, but I don't think it actually was shot on video, but it might have been. It's about this guy who's, I mean, they call him a demon, but he looks like a werewolf more, and he's a cop, and he basically got this virus / demon-esque thing from, like, I think a blood transfusion, and he might have been shot or something, I can't remember, and he might have got this blood transfusion. He's a cop.
Yeah.
And there's, like, a girl who's, like, he's in a relationship with, and she's in a wheelchair because she used to be part of the gang life, but he helped her turn her life around. But she looks like a school teacher, so you're like, you were really in the gang life?
I see.
So it's stupid. And, anyway, it's, not good. Like, clearly the virus / demon-esque werewolf thing is kind of an allegory on HIV and AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of like interesting that they would shove that in there. But it's not a good movie.
Right.
It's a little too long too. I feel like that's such a annoying complaint that I have all the time, and it almost makes me feel like I only feel that way because I watch so many movies. But like a movie like this, why can't it be 70 minutes?
Yes.
You know, it's not like in a 70-minute movie, I might be like, oh, that was fun, you know. But like in a 90-minute movie, there's like after like 60 minutes, I'm like, I'm just wasting my time here.
Right.
I give it a 3 out of 10. Then the Cleansing Hour. Did I do that one last week?
No, I did that one last week.
Okay. The Cleansing Hour is a Shudder exclusive. It basically follows this online exorcist,
Yes.
and he does like a live stream show where he does exorcisms, but it's all like fake and bullcrap, which is kind of obvious. And then he ends up having an episode where he's dealing with an actual possession, and it's up to him and his best friend to sort of figure out how to stop this demon. It's all being live streamed, and he's kind of being exposed for fraud, but at the same time getting a chance to sort of prove himself. I really liked it. I just have like a few issues with it. One, there's like a big like reveal in the movie, and I just feel like it just didn't make sense. I would have just been like, hey, why wouldn't that... I mean, we talk about it on the next 22 shots, and Dave made a really good point, which I mean, I was making the same point, but he said it too. Like, it's like, why would certain people even care about this if Moods is dead and Jeremy's dead, but me and you are going to sit here and, you know, argue about, you know, this.
Yeah.
it totally makes sense. It's kind of like Hollywood bullshit, and it kind of took me out of the movie at that moment. And then just some other minor things kind of bothered me. Like, I can't see this guy being successful at all in reality. I mean, it's clearly fake. And if, like, it's just, I don't understand. Something like this would never get popular being faked.
Well, buddy, I mean, think about it. People be watching, like, Ghost Adventures, and it's just that dude being, it's like,
yeah, but
like,
Ghost
he said David wants to kill me.
But it would be like if Ghost Adventures, like, found a body and, like, flames started coming out of it or something.
Yeah, I guess it's over the top.
You know what I mean? It's, like, too much to really...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little hard to believe. But I still found it pretty fun. It was a good movie. I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
Then for 22 shots, we did a couple of Luigi Cozzi movies. First up, Paganini Horror, which is a Italian film starring, well, not really starring, but it has Donald Pleasance in it. Also Daria Nicolodi, and it basically followed, but like Paganini was like a real violinist or something. And basically these people find a notes, like music notes from an unreleased song from him. And it's supposedly a cursed song, but they steal it and they're going to pass it off as their own. They go to film a music video in an old abandoned house, and it opens sort of a rift or something. And there's evil.
Oh no.
I actually really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Neat.
Then I watched The Babysitter Killer Queen from 2020. Trying to squeeze in a few 2020 films when I can. This is a sequel to The Babysitter, which was from like 2018, 17, somewhere around there.
Like 18.
It actually was a film I really liked when it came out. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good. It was clever. For some reason, the director's name is McG, which I just find stupid. And this is the sequel. Pretty cool. Like, pretty much the whole cast comes back for this one. I thought that was kind of neat. It takes place two or so years later after the first one, basically the kid that was being babysat is essentially in this same situation again. And it's not that good, and it feels like it's trying really hard in the beginning. But honestly, by the end, I kind of warmed up to it a little bit, and I actually did find some stuff funny in the third act, second and third act. So I actually ended up coming up on it a little bit. I gave it a 6 out of 10, but I was at like a 4 territory during the first act.
Right.
And then another Luigi Cozzi movie. We got Alien Contamination from the year 1980, also known as a million other titles, just Contamination sometimes. And this movie I've seen, this is now the 4th time, I think. The first time I seen it, I had gotten the Arrow screener. The second time I watched it with the commentary. Third time I watched it with Joe Bob. And now is the 4th time. It's sort of an Alien ripoff, and like Mood says, a James Bond ripoff at the same time. Like beginning and end are Alien, middle is James Bond, like a spy agent type thing. I actually really like it. I always have. It's a pretty solid movie. I like the eggs and the aliens. I would have liked a little bit more Alien going on there, though. I give that a 7 out of 10 as well. And then the final film, or I might have gave that a 6.5. I can't remember. The final film from the Cozzi triple feature was The Killer Must Kill Again. I was telling you a little bit about this one.
You were, yes.
It basically follows a dude who's like upset with his wife, and he wants to have her killed. Well, he doesn't want to have her killed. He's just upset with his wife. But he runs into a guy who he just witnessed kill someone or get rid of a body. So he basically hires the guy as a hitman, or else he's going to turn him in. The hitman comes over to his house, kills the wife, stuffs her body in his trunk, goes back inside to clean up the house, and some random occurrence happens where these teens steal his car and go on a joyride with the dead woman in the back of the trunk. Meanwhile, the husband is being interviewed by the police, and the killer is trying to find the other people so he can kill again.
Cool. Very cool.
I actually really liked it. The only problem with this film is the middle is like extremely bogged down. It's like a lot of nothing happens in the middle, which is a little unfortunate. But I think I came in around a 7 on that one. I also watched Inferno back when I did the Argento show, but I forgot to mention it. It was a rewatch for the first time since like 2014 or 15 or something, and I really liked it. I thought it was a really good movie, definitely better than the last time I seen it. It has like this amazing underwater scene that's like one of the best underwater scenes in horror.
Yeah, I've seen it before, and I remember that scene.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mainly.
I think if you watch this one a couple more times, have you only seen it once?
Yeah.
I feel like you might get up onto like Suspiria level with it.
Really?
Like not.
I mean, I thought it was
but
good when I first watched it, just not as Suspiria-esque.
Not that much, but up there. It definitely is very reminiscent of Suspiria.
Yes.
And then I watched Jason X, as it was one of the only Fridays I hadn't watched this year. The only ones I hadn't watched was Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remake.
Ooh.
I planned on watching Jason X and then Freddy vs. Jason, but the night just wore on too long, and I didn't get to it till like 2 a.m. or something, 3 a.m. So yeah, didn't watch that, but I did watch Jason X. It's always been my least favorite in the franchise, and it still is. It's the only one that I actually have beef with. I like all the other ones, and I still kind of like this one. It's just hard. I just get annoyed sometimes. Like,
it's trash.
I don't think it's trash.
Wastebasket emoji.
It's not wastebasket emoji.
It is. It's so horrible. I can't sit through it.
Why?
I just can't. It's too it's like there's like a bunch of cheesy stuff. I feel like
the cheesy stuff kind of kills me a little bit.
Yeah, it kills you in a good way or bad.
bad.
Alright, kills you could mean, like, makes me laugh. Like, dying laugh.
The thing that's funny about it,
What?
for me,
What?
is it literally reminds me of Leprechaun in space. And not just because it's in space. I mean, tonally, it's similar.
Yeah.
Which is kind of stupid, because that movie is ridiculous, and it's intentional. I don't want my Friday the 13th to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people seem to give that one a pass. A lot of people give that one a pass, but hate Jason Goes to Hell.
I mean, I hate them both, but I can watch Jason Goes to Hell, like, easier than this one. But I'd rather just not watch either of them.
I love Jason Goes to Hell.
I think you're trying too hard with that. Like, you don't have... Oh, God. Oh, jeez. New listeners are gonna think things about you.
I was just giving you abusies.
I know. But what was I lost my train of thought because I just got, like, bruised. Jason Goes to Hell. Oh, you're like, yeah, Jason X is the only one I really have any beef with. Really, dude? That's the only movie you have beef with?
In the Jason series?
Like, you don't have beef with Jason Goes to Hell at all?
No, it's a great movie.
There's nothing to beef on? Like, you don't think, like, some of the stuff Jason's doing is not really Jason-esque?
No.
You think he shaves people and ties them to the things and stuff?
That was to transfer his soul a little easier.
Oh. Okay. Alright, buddy. I'll take your word for it.
Either that, or whenever he transforms into somebody else's body, there's still, like, pieces of that person in there. And that did look like a creeper.
I don't think they put that much effort into it.
No, buddy. I know things. So, anyway. Yeah, and then the last thing I gave Jason X 5.5. So it is, in my opinion, the least good Jason film, but, you know, I still like certain aspects of it. So, finally here, we have 11/22/63, which essentially is like 4 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 8, almost 8, a little over 8 hours, I think.
Yeah.
It's a mini-series. It came out in 2016. It was a Hulu original. I've been wanting to check it out. What's funny is I bought this on DVD. I think you were with me. It was like $5 or something like that on DVD.
Mm.
I watched it all on Hulu.
Dude, you're stupid.
Why?
Because, why do you buy things?
I don't to own it. Because you never know. Maybe one day it won't be on Hulu. Or maybe one day I'll cancel my Hulu.
Right.
So anyway, it follows a man who has a friend who tells him that there's that he's been using this time machine for all this time, and he basically wanted to go in and stop the assassination of JFK. The time machine always goes back, in this movie, to 1960. In the book, it's 1958. So they adjusted the time a little bit. And they sort of streamlined it. But, so, obviously, Kennedy was assassinated on 11/22/63. And their concept is they want to go back in time to stop that assassination, see if it makes the world a better place. The only problem is his friend is dying of cancer. So, he convinces his buddy, because he's a good dude, to go back and do it for him. And basically, yeah, that's kind of the plot. And he goes back in time where he has to live and survive, and he falls in love, and he's basically stalks Lee Harvey Oswald because he wants to actually, because there's so much mystery around that killing, he wants to actually see if it is Lee Harvey Oswald who does it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So they have to figure that out first. Very good book. Very good movie. They changed a few things in the movie. They streamlined certain aspects. Like in the book, are you paying attention?
Oh, yeah.
In the book, he goes back in and back out a couple times to like test things. They don't do that in the movie at all, or the miniseries. He just goes in one time and he's in there, which I didn't really like. And then, but 2, they added a character of Bill, who's almost like his partner throughout this story, and I actually think that worked really good, and I really like that aspect. The ending is more or less the same, and it works pretty good in both versions. It's pretty sad.
Did you cry?
No.
What?
What?
That's not what you said earlier.
Shut up.
Oh.
Alright, anyway, that's it. I gave that a 9 out of 10. It's amazing.
Yes. So now, without further ado, you must present your blind spot.
Oh, I totally forgot about my blind spot.
And now you remember.
What is it?
The crying game?
Oh yeah, the crying game. See, I didn't even log that either. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, because you...
The crying game basically follows, like, I don't know, some, like, army dudes, and they kidnap an army dude, and they're supposed to kill the army dude, but the lead sort of develops a relationship with him over the course of 3 small days. And...
Dude, shut up!
And, it's played by Forrest Whitaker, and Forrest Whitaker shows him this chick that he's dating. He's like, "This is a bad bee," and he's like, "Yeah, she's pretty," or something. And he basically has to kill Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker runs. He's like, "You wouldn't kill me, would you?" And then Forrest Whitaker dies. And the dude decides to go check on that girl that he was talking about because he feels bad. There, he falls in love with her. And then I don't feel like I should say much more.
Probably not, buddy.
Because there's a major spoiler.
Yeah.
I didn't really like this movie that much. Ow. Abusies.
Yes.
Why?
Because I just thought it was a good move, and I just felt that you would have appreciated the move.
Like, the girl and the guy, they fall in love.
Yes.
Why?
Because sometimes...
What do they know about each other? What do they like about each other? I mean, what is there, like 10 minutes of conversation and the guy loves her already?
Dude, haven't you ever been infatuated by a female, like, right off the bat?
No.
Yeah, you have. You're like, "Ooh, that girl's so hot, I want to bang her." Like, that's the same thing. Like, you know? That's what it is, and they just made a relationship out. What's wrong?
No.
Well, dude, like, some people are like that. Some people...
I didn't buy the relationship
When you know,
at
you
all.
know.
I didn't buy it.
When you know, you know.
There's some, like, shocking moments in it, which I thought were good. And I actually think the movie's pretty interesting for, like, what ends up happening. I just don't 100% buy it. I just don't really buy the movie. I like the concept. I wish it was done better. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
What?
What?
Buddy, it's like a 9.
No.
Buddy.
Just because Derek told you it's a 9, he rates
Derek-
everything high, buddy.
No, dude, he didn't tell me anything. I didn't even look up the movie when we watched it. I just watched it, and it was a good move. Good move.
I didn't really care for it. too
Alright,
much.
let's pick my blind
I
spot
couldn't buy the
before-
relationship, and the relationship is key.
Alright, dude. Whatever. Key.
Alright, I shall randomize for you.
Wait, I don't have to hold up.
We should be getting close to being done soon, right?
Well, yeah, because every time we randomize, we land on the same ones. Let me see. Alright. Alright.
I feel like I might be getting sick, and I'm scared.
Dude, stop! Alright.
7.
Clerks!
Wow, first try. First try?
What's Clerks?
What do you mean, what's Clerks?
What is it?
It's a black and white
Comedy?
1990s comedy.
Yay! Wait, black and white? It's
Yeah.
in black and white?
Yeah, buddy.
The 90s had color!
It's a 1994, buddy.
Yeah, dude, oh!
What?
That looks boring.
What do you mean?
Why is it not in color?
What are you talking about?
Who's
buddy?
in it? Who's that?
Jane
Jane
Silent Bob.
I don't even know them.
It's about 2 dudes who work at a grocery store.
How long is it?
I don't know, like 4 hours.
Ah!
Hour and 42 minutes.
Oh, okay. We love Blind Spot, you and
Yeah.
I. Yeah.
Let's see here. How many do you have left? What? You have Never Ending Story.
Yes.
Dangerous Minds.
Yes.
Batman Returns.
Correct.
And No Country for Old Men, right? That's it.
Yeah.
4 left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I have way more.
No, you
Taxi
don't.
Driver, E.T., Polar Express, Monty Python, Blood Simple. I have 5.
One more, buddy.
Well, at least I have some stuff that I'm actually interested in.
Yeah.
Except for that Blood Simple one. That one sounds stupid.
Dude, come on!
What?
I'll let you borrow it. I have it on It's a good, it was featured on 100 Scariest Movie Moments.
Was it?
It was. No, I'm lying. Why would I even bring that up?
Alright, buddy. Let's get into our featured review.
Alright. So, Freaky 2020, starring Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton, which, Catherine Newton, did you see Paranormal Activity Part 4?
No.
Oh, well, she's the star of that move. I didn't realize until after the fact. She's my age. See, this is the stuff that makes me feel old, is when these actresses are my age now. But, anyway. So, a mystical ancient dagger causes a notorious serial killer to magically switch bodies with a 17-year-old girl. Yes. So, you have... First of all, you get this pretty cool opening that feels very, kind of homage-esque to 80s and 90s slashers. That was pretty cool. And that's the opening, and then you kind of skip ahead to this girl and her friends. The girl is kind of, her name's Millie, right? Yeah. And she's a little bit...
Which I hate.
Yeah,
I hate their name's Millie. It's
I do
weird.
too. I hate that. Well, that would be... That's the name Mildred. I never didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
But, which I hate. But, yeah, she's kind of like an outcast in school. You learn early on her father passed away, so she's a little weird with that. Her mom's, super kind of clingy and protective of her, kind of babies her in a way. And she also has an older sister, an adult sister, who is a cop. And, yeah, so the girl doesn't really fit in school. She kind of gets picked on by students and this really aggressive teacher played by Alan Ruck from Ferris Bueller fame. And, that's just her. She's very basic. One day she's at a football game because she is the mascot, and while she's there, this, what's his name? The something Butcher. Do you remember what his name was, buddy? The something Butcher killer thing.
Yeah, it's I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's something generic sounded.
Yeah, it is. But he is there at the football game, and he attacks her with this dagger that he found earlier in the move, and the next day they wake up in the wrong bodies. So, yeah, this is actually considered to be another adaptation to Freaky Friday, like a horror adaptation. And, did you know there's 4 Freaky Friday movies?
Yep.
Why does everyone know that but me?
What do you mean?
So you know that there's, besides the Jamie Lee Curtis one and besides the Jodie Foster one,
The Jamie Lee
there's 2 other
Curtis
ones?
one isn't even the one I think of first.
Which one do you think of first?
The Jodie Foster one.
Okay, but then there's 2 other ones.
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Whatever you and Kaylee and whatever. Okay, so now this is the 5th one, I guess. But, anyway.
Well, I wouldn't say
It said that's, what it's meant to, that's what the director intended. So, what did you think of the movie? And it's set on Friday the 13th.
So, like I said, when I saw the trailer, I thought it looked absolutely horrid.
Yes.
And I went in thinking it was going to be absolutely horrid, but this is one of those examples of, just because I think something doesn't mean my mind is made up. I can change my mind. I'm willing to change my mind if it actually does the opposite of what I think. And that's not to say that it wasn't cringy, because it surely was a freaking cringy movie. I cringed 4 or 5 times, hard in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like it actually made sense for me to cringe and was supposed to be like that, so I accepted it. I actually really liked it.
I did too. I agree. It had one of the worst trailers I think I've ever seen as far as cringe level goes. It looked like Happy Death Day times a million on the cringe. So I was not looking forward to this at all whatsoever. I kind of wanted to just skip it but we watch all the movies that we can find, and this was like the only one in the theater, so we went. And yeah, it's actually super good. I think the R rating definitely helps it, because there's some decent kills in the film, especially at the beginning. Like, there's a lot of creative killings, and there's a good amount of blood and guts and stuff spewing that looks pretty good. And there is cringe, but it's not like, it's like meant to be cringe. It's not supposed to be like just regular funny. It's like, you know, like you're gonna cringe because it's Vince Vaughn doing stupid stuff. He's trying to act like a 17-year-old girl. So,
I thought it was gonna be, well, does the hot chick count?
What?
Is a Freaky Friday.
As a Freaky Friday? What are you saying, buddy?
What do you mean, what am I saying?
I don't understand what you're asking me.
Does the hot chick count as a Freaky Friday?
I don't know what that is. Is that a movie you're trying to ask me
Yes.
about?
The hot chick?
I've never seen the stupid sounding movie chick.
With Deuce Bigelow, Mal Gigolo?
Oh, of course I've never seen it, because that just sounds really stupid. Who's that, Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider, yeah.
No,
it's the same thing. It's like a creepy, weird old dude who gets transformed into a girl.
Buddy, I'm not saying that this movie is like a freaking, like, the same thing as Freaky Friday. I'm saying it's called Freaky, and it's set on Friday the 13th, and the director said he was inspired by the book Freaky Friday.
There's a book?
Are you kidding me? Yes, these are all adaptations of that book, every single one of them. So, yes, it's a book from, like, a long time ago.
Oh.
But, okay, so anyway, you distracted me because you're a moron, but it's a really fun movie. It was one of the funnest movies I think I've seen in a while in the theater. It was probably the biggest surprise of a film that I've ever seen, as far as going...
Ever?
Probably, as far as going in thinking this is gonna be garbage, to leaving and it being like one of the favorite movies that I've watched this year.
I'm not gonna go that far.
Okay, then go somewhere.
I mean, it was a very nice surprise, but I don't know about one of the most surprising. I thought that like a lot of the jokes actually land, and honestly, like, it's kind of vulgar and bloody, which is nice. Like, it definitely, the R rating definitely helped this movie.
As I just said, yes. Yes. The R rating was good, and I forgot it was rated R until like halfway through. I was like, wow, this movie's really bloody, and they used the F word several times.
They use the P word a lot too.
Yes. Pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. So, yeah, that definitely benefits it. I
love actually, the lead girl I would say she had a better performance than Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, she looks like
her
a serial
playing Vince Vaughn.
Like, as soon as she wakes up, and you can just, like, it actually feels like they switched bodies.
Right.
She's just, like, looks pure evil and, like,
well,
not really talking.
Vince Vaughn, to me, feels more like generic. Like, he didn't even feel like that girl, to me.
Yeah, just a preppy schoolgirl is what he seems like.
That was my biggest complaint with the movie, is the girl who we meet and spend time with and learn about her dad, and learn about her family life, and learn about her school life and stuff. That girl feels nothing like the girl that Vince Vaughn is playing.
Yeah. Like
nothing. Like night and day difference.
Right, yes.
And that was a little unfortunate. Now, I'm not saying that Vince Vaughn's portrayal couldn't have been that girl. Like, I just wish she would have acted like that beforehand.
Yeah, you don't get much with her beforehand, so it's like...
Because I do think that it's better. Like, that girl is more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Than the mopey, sad girl.
Right, yes. But maybe she's a little more energized, considering she has woken up into a very tall serial killer's body.
I thought the gay kid was going to be, like, super annoying.
Yes.
And he was actually one of my favorite characters.
Buddy, you shouldn't say that.
No, not because he was gay, but just because, like, how Hollywood typically treats gay characters.
Yeah, I know.
Like, where they just make them, like,
super
obnoxious and, like, as, like, you know, flamboyant and in your face as possible. And he was that, but he was funny. You know what I mean? Like, he had, like, a nice flair to him, and
Yeah.
Honestly, he was probably my favorite character.
Yeah, he was cracking mad funny.
Yeah, he was the funniest shit. But, like, you know how sometimes they just make them, like, they basically just make them say stuff that, like, girls would say or something. You know what I mean? It's just, like, stupid. It's, like, stereotypical, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was great. And, like, to me, like, the funniest part was when, like, he was, had the girl tied up, and he's like, we're having bondage. We're doing, like, some bondage stuff, and his mom's like, isn't that involved sex or something? He's like, yeah. And she's like, you are so... Like, he's like, Mom, I got something to tell you. He's like, I'm straight.
He came out to his mom as straight.
And she's like, you are definitely not straight. There's one thing you aren't, it's straight.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite parts. Yeah, I mean, it was a good, fun movie. I had a blast with it. It really was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I recommend, if you have a theater, check it out, you know. If you don't, then I think it's probably going to come to VOD in a week or two, so check it out then.
Yes, definitely watch this one.
Better than both Happy Death Days, in my opinion.
I agree, yes. Yes.
So...
Shall I read some Letterboxd reviews?
Letterboxd reviews.
I hate Letterboxd reviews. Alright, there's honestly not really many negative opinions on this one. Like, the lowest ratings are 3 stars, so that's pretty cool. This dude says, I just have to read this because it's stupid. It says, really solid. It's a 3-star review by CDR. Let's see what CDR likes. CDR's favorite films are Halloween 2, Toy Story 3, Carrie, and Star Wars: The Last Thing. Jedi. So, okay. Kind of good moves, kind of stupid. Let's see. Okay, so he said, really solid. The humor and heart works. Not as good as Happy Death Day, and it feels like a lesser version of that. Cast like the last one is great. Vince Vaughn has a great acting return as well. This guy is stupid. Happy Death Day sucks. So that is that review. Let's see. Let me see. I thought there was someone rated this. I don't understand Letterboxd, dude.
What?
Like there will be reviews like here, and then I click on more, and then there's like reviews I've seen.
Yeah, but you're not looking right here. Like, this is recent reviews.
Yeah, I've
so you
seen
click
that.
more for recent. These are popular reviews. You can click more for those.
Okay, dude. I did. Yeah, but why can't they all just be together? Okay. Let's see. Watched at the world. What's the issue, dude?
Hurry up!
I'm focusing on you, like, coughing on me.
I know, I'm sick feeling, dude, and I'm trying to, like my throat, like, I think I'm getting a sinus infection or something.
Alright, buddy, hold on. This one's long, but it says, watched at the world premiere tonight. Oh, let's see. Kaleo of the Dolls. This guy likes Tender Loving Care, Les Sexy Gaudy Trick, Malibu Express, and Howling 7. So this guy's a loser. Let's see what... I think it's 7. I don't know my Roman numerals. Anyway, it says, 5-star review. Watched at the world premiere tonight at the drive-in. So much fun. Ollie and I were laughing so hard. Who the hell is Ollie? Throughout. Vince Vaughn and Catherine are so great and so funny. Wonderful creative kills with solid gore. Silly, clever, constantly winking script was pretty neato. That I got to meet Catherine and take a pic with her. I don't care. It's funny, like Vince Vaughn's character is obviously channeling Michael Myers. No, he's channeling Jason Voorhees, but I guess kind of Michael Myers. And so when they swap, she does a great job doing that. I agree. Like the first morning when she does a little, okay, you don't have to say what she did. Vince is hysterical in this as well. The scene where he's playing her in the back seat with her crush, I was actually screaming, make it stop, I can't. So were we. This is just a lot of fun and pretty much exactly what I needed, what I want in Halloween month. We saw it in November, but okay. I mean, I love dark-spirited films and giallo, And I love tasting the rainbow and everything in spooky cinema, but there's something just so whimsical about October. I saw this in November. You know, I mean, okay, dude, it was a fun move. I hate letterbox reviews. People are stupid. I don't care about your life.
You gotta proofread them, not...
I can't, because you always come over too quick.
No, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
You have
this
all
was
week.
your idea.
You have all
This was
week.
your idea, just like Blind Spot. So you hate
You have all
You
week.
hate this pod. Quit it.
You have all week.
Oh, we.
Alright, let's rate.
Okay, I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Well,
Chicken
that
wing.
is the wrong rating. It is a 6 out of 10.
What? Dude, are you actually serious?
What?
6 out of 10? What was wrong with
It was really good.
You were having all this fun with it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Like, you're just trying to make a funny pod moment. What's the real rating,
Okay,
buddy?
6.5.
Buddy.
What?
You gave it like an 8, I
7?
thought. 8, I thought.
8.
Okay, yes.
It's an 8.
Alright, good. And with that, we are out of here.
See you guys next time with another one. We will get to The Dark and the Wicked. We plan to do that this week. I know you've already watched it.
Yeah, I'll probably have to rewatch it.
But I just was kind of like really wanted to see this, and since it was new, figured we would review that first. So we'll get to The Dark and the Wicked next week, and we'll see you then. Peace.